Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. In this game, we're going to be looking at another team composition here at the start of set 16. This game was played on the first or the second day of this set being out on the live client. I'm playing here with Antisocial Monkey, and in this game we're going to be looking at a Yordles team composition. I did one of these games on the PBE, but this is the first time I've had the chance to play it on the live client, and I think that this game came together a little bit better than the first time I tried to play this one. So we're going to be looking at Yordles. It's one of the big vertical scaling traits in this set. It's kind of an oddball trait in the sense that on the one hand, it's kind of a reroll trait because the intention is that you want to 3-star some of the Yordles, or actually a lot of the Yordles. But by the same token, it's also kind of a tempo trait where you actually would like to push to level 8 and level 9 as well. So it's kind of an oddity. There's actually 10 different Yordle units in the set, but many of them need to be unlocked. In fact, I believe only the first 4 Yordles are actually in the normal pool. I believe that you have to unlock all of the other Yordles. I think the other 6 are all unlockables that you cannot get unless you unlock them ahead of time. So if you're new to this set, this is the new mechanic in this set, unlockable units. We are going to need to unlock a whole bunch of Yordles in this set. And I actually don't have a lot of Yordles here for my first 2 shops. I'm getting a whole bunch of different champs, but not really a lot of Yordles. And unfortunately, not a lot of synergy in the different champions I'm seeing. But then I get this. I get a Teemo and I get a Rumble. I've actually hit both of the 2-cost Yordle units here. I have, I have Trist and Teemo, who are both 2-costs, and then I found the Rumble as well. So I only need to find 1 additional Yordle to get 4 Yordles in, because I also have the Rumble. And I'm actually guaranteed to get the other 2-cost Yordle, who is Poppy, because she's an unlock. I just have to put, I think I just have to put 3 items on a Yordle. So as long as I'm willing to do that, then I will unlock the Poppy as well. I believe her unlock is, a Demacian or a Yordle with 2 items equipped. So I can guarantee do that. I just have to put 2 items on them. All right, right here, first augment is gold. I look at this. I was like, all right, I'll just take the extra champion duplicators because that works well with playing Yordles. Now here's the thing. I have to make 2 items on a Yordle to unlock Poppy. But I also really want to make multiple death caps in this game because the unlock for Veigar, who's one of the units I want to play towards, is you have to have 2 death caps. So I really want to try and combine rods together. I'm going to go ahead and reforge this. And, I get a belt. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and make a Wormogs. And then you can see I put this belt, the rod on Rumble as well. Not because I want a rod on Rumble. I'm trying to hold this for a death cap. But because by putting 3 items on Rumble, that will unlock Poppy at the start of the next round. And then I will be able to play 4 Yordles, which is what I want to be playing here. So as I said, Yordles, it has a lot of low-cost units. I think that there's 2 1-cost and 3 2-cost units. Now I have not seen the other 1-cost unit, which is Lulu, just yet. But I will want to grab her for my board eventually. So like I said, it is a trait that gives you additional bonuses if you have 3-star Yordles, as it says up there at the top. Yordles gain 40 health and 5% attack speed for each Yordle fielded, each unique Yordle fielded, and then 3-star Yordles gain 50% more. So 40 health and 5% attack speed. If you have a 3-star Yordle, it's 60 health and 7.5% attack speed. Again, not a lot for 1 Yordle, but if you get a lot of them, it does start to stack up over time. So you do start to keep adding that. So what is it? I have 4 Yordles in right now. None of them are 3-star. So that is, 40 times 4, 160 health, and then 20% attack speed. Again, that goes up if you get more 3-stars. The interesting thing about this trait, though, is as you get deeper in the trait, you start getting other economic values. The really key ones start popping up at Yordles 4 and 6. At Yordles 4, your first shop every round is guaranteed to have a Yordle in it. First shop every round guaranteed to have a Yordle, so that makes it infinitely easier trying to 3-star these. And then at Yordle 6, 2 free rerolls each round. Yeah, 2 free rerolls each round. That's a pretty big economic benefit. That's 4 gold worth of value every single round. So it means that you play this trait a little bit differently than what you would think for a lot of these other like reroll-less traits. You don't really want to go to level 5 and like slow roll on level 5. You actually want to get to level 6. and then get to level 6, because at level 6 you can play 6 Yordles, and then you can get the 2 free rerolls every round, in addition to getting 1 Yordle guaranteed in the first shop every round. Right now, I have the health benefit, the attack speed benefit, and then I also have the get a Yordle in your shop every round. But I'm going to be pushing to get to level 6 so I can play 6 Yordles and get the 2 free rerolls. And then I don't really care if I 3-star the 1-cost Yordles. Like, that's not really a big deal. But I would like to try to 3-star Trist and Teemo if I can, because they're both pretty solid units. They're not amazing, but they're pretty solid units. And then all the other Yordles I'm going to have to unlock. They mostly have level requirements. So, like, to get Kabako, I believe I have to be level 7. I think for Kennen, I have to be level 7. They unlock pretty naturally if I just keep playing more Yordle units, but I do have to be aware of them. The really tricky one is Veigar. Veigar requires making 2 death caps. The nice thing is this is a double up game, so Antisocial Monkey and I can trade components. We're actually going to be working on that pretty hard here in this game. We're going to be focusing on trading rods to me so that I can get that double death cap requirement. If you're playing a single player game, it is much, much harder. And we do think that Yordles is a bit better of a team composition in double up, because you can send the other person Yordles to help 3-star them. At least the cheap Yordles, the ones that have to be unlocked, are a lot harder to send. But you can send like Tristana, Teemo, Lulu, etc. And then in addition to that, you also have the chance to send the rods. Now, I was going to take a rod on this carousel if it was here. There are no rods here. There are 3 spatulas here, though. So I was like, okay. All right, if you're going to give me a spatula, sure, I can probably do something with this. And I realized that Yordle was a makeable spatula. The recipe is actually spatula plus cloak. So that's a makeable emblem here. So now if I can just get a cloak, I can make a Yordle emblem. And I had to think about who I wanted to put that on in this game. Yeah, you can see Kabako has a level 7 requirement. And Kennen, I need more ranks of Yordles. Now look at this shop. This is a great shop. 2-star Teemo and 2-star Rumble. Okay, for Kennen, I have to have 5 total star levels of either Yordle or Ionia, or there's one other I can't remember. As far as the spatula goes, yes, I said, I was trying to figure out what unit to make that put the spatula on. Remember, Yordles get attack speed, and they get additional health. So one way I could do this is a good unit to play would actually be Volibear, because he would benefit from the extra health, and he'd also put Bruiser trait on the board. So Volibear actually makes a pretty good user of this. And when I looked up, I actually went while this game was going on, and I looked up the data on which units were best to put the Yordle emblem on. And it turned out that Volibear was actually a really good choice to put it on. That's because I believe Kabako is also a bruiser, so gets bruiser trait in. But in addition to that, there's also another unit that's really good, and that's Lucian and Senna, who are actually one unit, despite me naming both of them. Lucian and Senna, because they are a gunslinger, and they appear to be just a very strong unit in this patch. They're just very strong in the data. It's a 5-cost gunslinger. So if I can get up to like level 8 or level 9, I will try to find that unit, turn them into a Yordle, and they'll benefit really, really well from the attack speed that Yordle trait gives. Again, getting a Yordle in my shop every single round makes it a little bit easier to 2-star some of these units. That's why I've said Yordles is kind of like a tempo trait. It makes it pretty easy to 2-star your Yordles. You can see I'm getting the 160 health, 20% attack speed, which is actually not amazing, but it's decent. But like for a vertical trait, that's actually not that great of a benefit. Yordles, it's more the economic value. You need to be hitting 2-star Yordles early because the Yordle units are a little bit weaker than other units. It's kind of understood that you're going to 2-star them pretty easily and 3-star a lot of them. So they are a little bit weaker than just like other normal units. So you do need to be like, as I said, 2-starring them and ultimately 3-starring them. But because it is easy to do that, you can play it, as I said, as kind of a tempo trait, which means that you're like pushing aggressively to get to higher levels and valuing board strength over economy. You also do have to watch out that you don't run out of bench space, especially here in double up mode. There's not a lot of bench space because that cannon does eat up one of the slots and can make it a little bit trickier. One thing that's going to help me, though, is I did take those double lesser champion duplicators, and that will potentially help me ease a bench space crunch by 3-starring units with the duplicators. I also did grab a Scion back there. Antisocial Monkey is actually doing another reroll board. He is rerolling for Bruisers plus Bard, which is another popular team composition. You can see I send him the Scion, he sends me the Rumble. Now I've just hit the Kennen requirement, which is 8-star levels of, Demacia and Yordle and Ionia, 8 total star levels. So I have 4 2-star Yordles. I easily hit that right there. So Kennen apparently does not have a level requirement, so I should be able to get him on the board next round. And he actually has Defender trait, which is the same thing as, what's her name? Rumble. So they actually both have the same tank trait, Defender trait. So that's pretty nice. And I go ahead and make my first death cap because I got another rod there. So we just need 2 more rods to unlock Vhagar. Very, very nice. The board's starting to come together. And then Kabuko's unlocked as well, but the Kabuko is a level 7 requirement. So as soon as I hit level 7, I will get Kabuko for free. But it looks like I can get Kennen first. There he is. Okay. That's great. I can take the stupid Jarvan out of my shop. And then, hey, Lulu pops up on this round too. That's actually great timing because I want to play Lulu for the 6, play Lulu for the 6 Yordles. I want to start getting that benefit. I don't know if I want to do it on this round because it costs 18 to level. I think I wait 1 more round. And now I'll go ahead and start moving these items. Teemo does deal magic damage, so I will send that over there. And I'm going to do an item transfer with Antisocial Monkey. He's going to... Oh, he needed the belt. That's right. He needed the belt for his board because I think he was trying to make a Bruiser emblem. So I'm going to put the magic damage... Was it the death cap and the tier on Teemo? Teemo deals magic damage. He puts a ticking... he fires a dart that deals initial damage up front and then puts a poison damage over time dot effect. It's pretty obvious when it's on people. They are like slowly dying to poison over the course of the fights. He's a pretty good carry for like stage 3, starts to fall off stage 4, and yeah, if he's your main carry stage 5, you're in a lot of trouble. But hopefully we'll have Vhagar by the time that pops up, because with us having the option to do these gift rounds, we actually think we're in pretty good shape to continue getting the items that we need, and also hopefully hitting all the reroll champs that we need, because I need to send Bruisers over to him. I can't send ASM Bard because Bard is an unlockable unit, and I have not unlocked him. Now I'm looking at the options here. I don't see anything that jumps out like that great. The Crimea River is actually not terrible, but I also have Indecision. In 3 rounds, choose a new augment, gain this of the same tier, gain 8 gold now. I don't really need an augment that badly. I will happily just take the 8 gold, which is going to make it easy to get to level 6. So we're going to dump Lulu on the board, and now I'm level 6. I have 6 Yordles in. I have the 6 Yordles, 2 defenders. And just like that, now I will get 2 free rerolls every round. So we're just going to hang out here. I'm still trying to get more rods. I still need 2 more rods for another death cap to unlock the Vhagar. And then I also need a cloak to make a Yordle emblem, because I don't know what else I'm going to do with the spatula other than making a Yordle emblem. I think I can probably get a cloak at some point in time over the course of this game. Here's another person who also has a Yordle emblem. They took an augment that gave them 2 emblems at the start of the game. They got Bilgewater and Yordle, which have no synergy, like, at all. Well, there's a little bit there. Fizz has both traits, but that's about it. There's not a lot of synergy between these. It looks like I am building the Yordles board a little bit better than this person's building the Yordles board. Again, it's like the first day or 2 of the set, so I have a little bit more experience from playing some PvE games, and that definitely helps. So can I kill both boards? It does not look like I can kill them and their partner. That's a bit of a sad way to lose the win streak when you kill the whole team, but you get reinforced on. Still, it is double up. It's a 2-player game mode. That does happen sometimes. I also do have a Mundo in my shop that I could potentially send to Antisocial Monkey, but I didn't really want to send that this early. You're also going to notice that I'm not going to pick up more Poppies beyond Poppy 2-star, and I believe that's because Poppy is a unit I ultimately end up not playing on this board, because I do have to drop some of these units eventually. I'm not going to play all 10 Yordles, and yeah, Poppy's just a unit that I'm not going to play, so there's no reason to hold Poppies beyond Poppy 2-star. Poppy 2-star is just plenty. So again, I got my 2 free rerolls that round. I did hit some more Yordles. The problem is I'm running out of bench space, or I guess I still have the Poppy on my bench for right now. But if I do run out of bench space, I could always double duplicate the Trist. I would kind of prefer to save the duplicators, but if I just completely run out of bench space, I can always double duplicate Trist and just go from there. One unfortunate thing about Trist is mostly an auto attacker, so she actually likes Rage Blade quite a bit, but I cannot give Trist a Rage Blade because any rods I get are going to be saved for making that death cap requirement for Vhagar. I've talked about this in other videos, but like the unlocks are very complicated in this game. You're going to struggle with them when you first start playing the set. It's just a lot to juggle. Like, it's really a lot to juggle. I have to know ahead of time that I need to make this item for Vhagar and that I need to be playing in that direction. So I just need to know ahead of time I need to be saving any rods for that. Anyway, there's a rod. I desperately want rods. There's 2 of them on this carousel. So if I can get this, I only need 1 more for the Vhagar, which would be super nice. I was like, don't take it. Uh-oh. Somebody took one of them. Well, there's still a Shinjao. I was like, but this other person has to not take it. I probably should have passed through the middle of the carousel. Whew. Did not end up getting punished for that. Probably should have walked through the middle of the carousel instead of on the outside edge. But I did get the rod. Now, I'm not going to do anything with that rod immediately. In a normal game, I would just like slam the jeweled gauntlet here. But nope, I need to make another death cap. So we'll hold and just keep the rod on the bench for the time being. There, I maybe could have gone for a cloak, but I still think I can get a cloak at some point in time, because either I'll get one or Antisocial Monkey will get one, and we can trade to one another. Here is the first double up gift round. I get the chance to send something to him. I didn't know if he wanted to take the 5-cost champ or the Thief's Glove. His board doesn't really rely on 5-cost champs that much, so probably not that useful for his board. He does want to play like Volibear on that board, but like Volibear is not, it's an unlockable unit, so there's no chance to get that from the gift round. And anyway, I'm just continuing to hold units here and use my rerolls. I could send him the Mundo. I can't remember if I send the Mundo here or not. All right, there we go. You do want to use those champion sends on the board. And it looks like that made a 2-star Mundo for ASM's board. So, like, that's totally worth it. He's trying to play 6 Bruisers and then play Bard behind it and, like, other random carries. I think you can also play Aphelios as another 2-cost carry, but I'm not sure if that's what he goes for in this game or not. So that last item carousel didn't really do anything for my board right now. I'm actually in a little bit of a power trough right now. You can see I've lost 2 rounds in a row. It's because I hit all my 2-star Yordles, but none of the 3-stars are online yet. And as I said, Yordles as a trait is not really that strong. You kind of need to rely on the economic benefits, which are on their way. I'm on 6 Teemos, 7 Trists here. So like I'm getting closer to hitting with my economic stuff, but I haven't quite hit it yet. Oh, there was also an Alawi in my shop earlier. I could have grabbed Alawi to send to ASM. That probably would have been a better send just to clear out some of his board space. Okay, remember I delayed my augment earlier. Also part of the reason why I was a little bit down in power. I delayed my second augment. But there is Earth's Gambit here. If you win your next player combat, gain a spatula. If you lose, gain a frying pan. Gain a component anvil and 6 gold now. I was like, that's great. I can just do something else with this. Now, I at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make the Tactician's Crown. I was hoping for a rod or a cloak here. I get neither, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But what I can do is make a Trist item and make Infinity Edge, which of course is good on auto attackers there. But anyway, yeah, I was like, I'll just go ahead and look to make a, a Tactician's Crown here. Although, okay, I was going to hold the Alawi, but ASM just hit the Alawi. And there's another Trist. Okay, so I'm on 8 Trist, 7 Teemos. Again, my board should be getting stronger here. Oh, wait, that's right. That's my component anvil. I don't actually get the spatula or frying pan until the next round. I don't really care which one I get because I was like, I'll just make a Tactician's Crown. I'm not getting this cloak, so forget the Yordle emblem. Let's just play +1 team size. That's better anyway. It's not bad to turn a unit into a Yordle, but remember, Yordle trait doesn't really give that much in the way of stats, so it's actually not that great turning a unit into a Yordle. Having just +1 team size is definitely better. That will let me play 8 Yordles on level 7, which is going to be super nice. I will not have to go to level 8, which is very expensive in this set. I'll be able to play 8 Yordles on level 7 and start getting the Yordle grab bag, which will be super nice. All right, so let's see. All right, well, 6 Rumbles, that's something. And there's my frying pan, so I just go ahead. I'll make the Tactician's Cape, which is technically slightly different than a Tactician's Crown. And I'll just put this on the board for right now. All right, well, there's Ken and 2-star, or will be 10 and 2-star as soon as I pull my anvil. And oh, there's another death cap in there. Well, okay. All right, we can just get it from the double up gift round, apparently. And now we've got our death caps done, so that's great. Now I actually can make the Rage Blade for Trist if I want to, although I believe ASM needed a rod, so I'm going to go ahead and send that. There's another Scion. I can't remember if he still is going for Scion 3 or not. But yeah, I could actually do the Rage Blade on Trist now. I'm also all the way up to 6 Kennons, like super fast. So now that I have Trist 3, the only thing... And then, by the way, I get another spatula here. Yeah, the reason why I got the spatula is we have an encounter that just gives everybody loot at the start of every stage. So apparently everyone got a spatula here. So after I just made the Tactician's Crown or whatever, now all of a sudden I got a spatula right back again. I was like, okay. All right. Right now I'm trying to roll for more Teemos. I could just double duplicate the Teemo, but I was hoping to see if I could get a little bit closer here. Anyway, there we go on the Scion. So, again, it looks like ASM hasn't quite made Scion. Scion's the main tank on his board. I can go ahead and put another frontline item on the Rumble, although I actually need to transfer these items over to Kennen. Kennen's a significantly better tank than the Rumble is. By the way, you might have noticed I'm still losing these rounds. I'm actually a bit on a pretty big losing streak here. I'm actually going to, take the rod back. But as I've said, I think my board is actually really close to spiking. Even though I've lost like all of stage 3, I'm just on the precipice of hitting all my Yordles. And I'm also going to get Yordle 8 in really soon, which starts giving me a grab bag of loot every round, which can be gold. Oh, by the way, I could take the duplicators, but I think there's actually a better option here. I'm going to take Little Buddies. That's actually a really good augment on a Yordles board because you're going to play a mixture of 1 and 2 cost units, but also 3 and 4 cost units. So anyway, let's go ahead and what I do. Oh, at this point, I was just like, yeah, let's just take the Teemo, get the Teemo 3. And now I apparently have to wait around, and I get both Fizz and Kabako on the very next round. So we'll just wait there and get them on the next round. And yes, let's move our tank items over to Kennen. Well, I'll play 2 Kennens on the board over 2 Rumbles. Kennen is a 3 cost. Rumble is only a 1 cost, so that's definitely better. And now I will make that Rage Blade, and I'll hold the Scion just in case Antisocial Monkey does not hit 3-star Scion. He did just hit 3-star Bard, which is really nice. And I'll put this on Triss. So again, I think the board's getting stronger here. I'm about to go up to the 8 Yordles, which will give me more stats. And it will also give me the it'll give me the Yordle grab bag every single round, which is going to have loot in it. So I think I'm starting to power up here. Triss 3, Teemo 3 are definitely going to be a lot better. And if I can get like a Kennen 3 for frontline, that's going to be super nice. This is up against a Noxus board. This person has the Atacon on it. That's you get an extra +1 unit, which is summoned. And do I win this round? Okay, it looks like I win just before ASM's board get there. There we go. Kabako unlocked, Fizz unlocked as well. And now also Vhagar unlocked as well. So, okay. And then Kabako's in my shop as well. So we need to start getting some of these units on the board. Poppy, we do not need. We are going to get rid of Poppy. By the way, there is actually a 10 Yordle, but you have to get a augment for it. It's taking me a while to realize Kabako is still in the shop. So let's do that. And now the Jin comes off my board for Fizz. And there we go. 8 Arcanists on the board, or 8 Yordles on the board. We also get an Arcanist synergy because Vhagar has Arcanist trait, but Lulu also has Arcanist trait as well. And yeah, I don't need the Poppy. The only reason why I would need Poppy is if I wanted to play 10 Yordles. But there's a specific gold augment that unlocks that, which I did not get in this game. It's apparently pretty powerful if you can hit it, but it's pretty tricky to hit because you have to unlock every single Yordle and you have to be level 10. I mean, if you can do it, it's strong, but like that's pretty tough to do. Not impossible, but it is pretty tough to do. You get like huge increases to the stat benefits. Anyway, once again, I lose that round. So I was like, ah, man, kind of thought I was going to win that round. But again, I guess I still need to scale up a little bit more on Yordle's loot. You can think of this trade as it's a little bit like Heartsteel from back in set 10 in the sense that like a Heartsteel board wasn't that strong on its own, but like over time you would get enough loot that it would like outscale other teams. Whether that was from the like repeated cash outs. So Yordles you can think is a little bit like that once you get the 8 Yordles in. You just start scaling up on all the loot drops over time. By the way, I really want the cloak here so I can make that Yordle. Oh, never mind. I was going to take the cloak, but then I was like, wait, there's a Senna here, or just right here. I'll just take the Senna because this is the unit I want to turn into a Yordle. And even if I don't get a Yordle emblem, I'll just play the Senna and Lucian unit anyway. I'm actually technically still level 7 here. I'm actually not level 8. I'm technically still level 7. I just have that +1 team size. So this is nice. I'm just going to try to get there. Now I start getting my Yordle grab bags. And oh, we got a sword. Okay. You know what? We can do Spirit Shojin with that. Sure. These are actually really good items for like a Vhagar. But I will keep the items on Teemo because I think Teemo 3-star is better than Teemo 3-star is better than Vhagar 1-star. Now I could there's another Kennen. I desperately want this unit. I'm going to actually sell the Fizz because Fizz is actually going to come off my board eventually as well. Fizz is a 4-cost Yordle. He has Yordle and Bilgewater traits. I really, really need one more Kennen or one more Rumble here. But he's going to come off this board eventually because I want to play Ziggs. But Ziggs has and I have him unlocked. I've already met the requirement, which is a Yordle unit or Longshot unit that has 3 items on them. But you have to be level 9. So I have to be level 9 to get that unit unlocked. And I'm close. Oh, Teemo, do you win this? Oh, again, I continue losing these rounds. But I'm like, I swear my board is so close to being strong here. Again, I'm on Vhagar pair. I'm on 8 Rumbles. I'm on 8 Kennens. I'm really close here. Now, my free Yordle to shop is a Lulu, which is not going to help me. But I am going to get some additional gold here. So there we go. There's Vhagar. There's another Kabako. So now that I have Vhagar 2, I'm going to move my Teemo items over to the Vhagar. And I might as well pick up that Kabako. I don't think I'm going to 3-star Kabako, but you never know. And I actually really do need to get to level 8 right now. I'm kind of using my free rerolls because I'm hoping I can see one more Kennen or one more Rumble. But I am going to econ up to level 8 because I really want to get this Senna Lucian unit on my board. It's going to be a very strong unit. And it'll also put Gunslinger trait in play for Triss, which causes them to deal a little additional damage. I'd have to look up the exact stats, but you get additional AD from playing the trait. All right, here's the other Yordle player. They actually have double Yordle emblems, but I'm not sure that that's really that good. It's not that hard to get 8 Yordles in. I'm not sure that having double Yordle emblems is really that good. Now, I 100% beat this board. Can I also beat them with their partner here? The answer is no. But I did almost kill 2 boards there. Again, I think I've lost like 7 of the last 9 rounds, but again, my board, it's really close to being strong. I swear, it's really close to being strong here. It's just about to take off. I just need like one more copy of some of these units, and then we're going to be there. Okay, I get Vagar in the shop. I'm not going for Vagar 3. I might be able to hit it, but there's another Vagar player in the lobby. Now, can I just get one more Kennen or one more Rumble? I really just want to hit these units here. And I also have to remember to pick up my grab bag. As far as Vagar goes, he's a fun unit. He has some interesting passives. He has a passive ability where his ability can innately critically strike. He does not need a Jeweled Gauntlet, so he actually makes good use of the double death caps. Like, he doesn't need Jeweled Gauntlet. His ability can crit anyway. His ability causes his dark matter, his meteors, to fall down from the sky. They can actually miss, so there is a chance for them to not hit the target, but they deal a lot of damage. And also, every time he kills a unit, he permanently gains ability power. By the way, my free Yordle this round being a Rumble is fantastic. And oh, thank God, the cloak is actually there. Because ASM actually did not have a cloak as an option, and his did not have his cloak as an option. He was looking for it. He was going to send me a cloak if he had it, but it's not there. And we end up getting a gift round lucky item chest here. So I was like, all right, I need Senna items. Sure, Giant Slayer, let's go. Now I have the Senna on the board. So I technically have 9 Yordles. I can actually take a unit off the board here if I want. So I should probably take just take the Fizz out, honestly, and play the Melio here instead. Because I don't need Fizz. I just don't care about this unit, as it turns out. It's not an important unit for my board. But yeah, now I finally have the 3-star frontliner. I have the 3-star Triss, the 3-star Teemo, and like now it took a while for me to get here, but I do think my board's online, and I'm going to keep scaling up off the 8 Yordle loot over and over again. I'm going to be getting gold drops each round. I'm also going to be getting the occasional component drop, and like I'm on 8 Kennens, like 3-star Kennen's reasonably strong. He does here's the other gift round, by the way, and apparently I just got another Kennen, so okay, now I have Kennen 3-star. Okay, that works. But I am going to be trying to rush 9 to put the Ziggs on my board as well, and then I can take another unit off the board if I want to. All right, ASM's going to take the component anvil, and like there's more whatchamacallit, like there's more Lulus in my shop, but I'm not going to hit 3-star Lulu at this point, so there's not really much point in grabbing that. And I don't need Fizz. Like, I have 8 Yordles. I do not need him on this board. I'd much rather play an Invoker to get Invoker trait in, but I'd really like to get Volibear on the board so I can get the Bruiser trait in. I'd like a little bit more front line. And the whole team getting extra health would be pretty nice. Because you can see I'm a little bit more, I'm a little bit backline heavy here. I could use some more front line. So Volibear would be a nice unit to have. And I will get Ziggs if I can hit level 9. So we could put Ziggs in, and then we could put Volibear in. And yeah, go from there. The Ziggs would also give me a long shot internal synergy. Yordle trait has a bunch of internal synergies. There's two, there's 2 Arcanists between the, Lulu and the Vagar both have Arcanist trait. There's 2 Defenders because the Rumble and the Kennen both have Defender trait. And there's 2 long shots. Teemo has long shot trait and Ziggs has long shot trait. So there's 3 internal synergies, which is pretty interesting. Long shot trait is just sniper trait. The units deal more damage to targets further away. I don't know why they didn't just call it sniper trait, but they called it long shot. That Scion on ASM's board, by the way, is insanely tanky, but does not quite manage to get the kill. Oh, I also unlocked Volibear, apparently, because apparently I have enough health on the Kennen to unlock Volibear. And I'm going to play him, as I said, for more frontline. All right, there's a gift round. I continue to get more Fizzes here. I don't really want Fizz. Oh, I had the chance to get a random item from the double up gift round, and I ended up getting a Kraken Slayer, which is a pretty decent item to put on the Sen and Lucia. So, like, I'm okay with that. I don't know if I would have made that item normally, but yeah, I'm okay with that. And then I get another Kabako coming over from ASM. So we're going to go to level 9, and then we're going to get Fizz or Ziggs on the board, and then we'll see if we can play something else. I could actually look to take out, potentially take out the Lulu if I could I could actually take out Lulu on level 9 because I'd actually could, and I could play another Arcanist for Arcanist trait. Because like I'm going to go to 9 Yordles when I get Ziggs on the board. Then I could actually take Lulu out and just play like a 4 or 5 cost Arcanist, which would not be bad at all. But I don't think that I remember to do that in this game. Anyway, my board is starting to win now. I know I lost the last round, but that was against the strongest board in the lobby. Now I actually am quite strong because I've got, yeah, look at that. We just absolutely plow through that team. Remember, Vhagar gets an additional point of ability power every single time he kills a unit too. So he's getting a decent amount of kills in this game. I don't think I ever check how much AP he stacks up, but he is getting a decent chunk of it over the course of this game. So again, he's another scaling unit. Like I said, Yordles does scale pretty well over time. Now here, I'm kind of looking for another item for my front line because I still only have 2 items on Kennen. I could actually use a third Kennen item here. And out of these items here, the Steadfast Heart definitely looks like the best option. I don't love taking this on a 1-cost Jarvan, but like none of the other items are that great. I mean, I could take a Void Staff, I suppose. That wouldn't be terrible either because I do a lot of magic damage, but my damage is fairly mixed. I deal the magic damage with like Teemo and Vhagar, and then I deal physical damage with Trist and then the Senna Lucian. Probably just going to call that unit Senna. It's too annoying to keep calling it Senna and Lucian. So another tank item I think is fine. As I said, my front line's a little bit weaker than my back line. By the way, apparently I got 2 Kabakos from that gift round. So I did not think I would get anywhere close to 3-starring Kabako in this game. But now I'm on 7 Kabakos, so it's like, okay, why not? We're currently getting 400 health and 50% attack speed from Yordle trait. So that's pretty nice. Everybody gets that other than Volibear. Voli does not get that because he is not a Yordle. But every other unit on the board is a Yordle, and they get that. That extra attack speed is getting to be pretty significant. 50% attack speed is quite nice. Like, that's a lot. That's not inconsiderable at all. So that factors in nicely for especially a unit like Tristan Senna. But it's not bad on Vhagar either, just to let him cast more often. So yeah, we are starting to scale up. As I said, it was a strong early game and then like kind of a trough in the mid game. But now I think my board's back in online again. And it still has room to get stronger. Like I can definitely get stronger here. So we're trying to chase down this team with the double Poro Santa icons. They're still a little bit ahead of us in health, but we're closing the gap. And now it's down to just us and this other team as well. So now it's just a duel for however many more rounds the game is going to last. Meanwhile, ASM, I believe, is getting close to, well, he's on 7 Aphelioses. So I can send him an Aphelios. Although I don't know if he has the bench space for it right now. That's why I grabbed that. I could send it to him right now. By the way, I keep getting these Fizzes. I'm not playing Fizz. Fizz is pretty underpowered. He's playable, but he's kind of underpowered as far as 4 costs go. I'd rather, and he doesn't give me any trait synergies either, so I'd rather play some of the other units. Anyway, there goes the Aphelios. And I'm just going to, continue hanging out here. On level 9, I can try to find Voli 2-star. I can try to find Senna Lucian 2-star. I could also put an Invoker on my board, which would not be terrible, but I really am just looking to try to hit my remaining units. And of course, Ziggs unlocks there as well. All right, this round, I just need my front line to hang up there a little bit longer. Vhagar got pulled by the Thresh, but I win anyway. I mean, I'm level 8, they're level 10, so that's kind of nice. They rolled themselves down to level 10, 0 gold. Again, I don't think they needed to do that. There's a minion round coming up. They have 30 health in the bank. I don't think they needed to roll themselves down to level 10, 0 gold. I think they could have played it a little bit more patiently there. They would have gotten a lot more gold by just being patient enough to wait another round or so. But good news for us. I mean, level 10 is nice, but you have 0 gold. You can't do anything once you get there. ASM sends me another Kabako that puts me on 8. I also just got a tier out of the Yordle grab bag, so I didn't get any econ that round. But I did get the tier. You might also be saying, why in the world did you level to level 9 right there? Like, why would you level to 9 on the minion round? Well, remember, I have to play 8 Yordles on my, I have to play the Yordles on my board for a round at level 9. And the Ziggs will unlock the next round. So if I waited until 6-1, I wouldn't have gotten Ziggs in until the following round. So this allows me to play the Ziggs a round earlier, which is why I do that there. And again, I should have grabbed the Annie and taken the Lulu off the board. I don't need Lulu anymore. I'm also getting like a billion Vhagars here. I decided not to go for Vagar 3-star, but can I get some more Senna Lucians? I would really like that. I'd like more Volibears. Okay, I'm not having great luck here. All right, well, there we go. There's Zig's 2-star. I don't know why it's so hard. I swear I clicked on it like 5 times. And then here I was like, I could use a heal cut on my board. Zig's, his ult is he tosses a big bouncing bomb. So that hits like a big chunk of the board. So he's actually a pretty good Morello supplier. And I'm pretty content to have that item on him. He has a long, slow wind up on his cast, though. I wish he cast a little bit sooner, but yeah, his bomb does a good amount of damage. So now I just win out the rest of the lobby, right? It's like, well, this person has 2-star Azir. This person has 2-star Mel. This person has 2-star Zareth. That board is really freaking strong. That board is definitely the strongest on their team. The good news is ASM beat the other player. So I still need to get stronger here. I'm not quite enough. Now the 3-star Kabako does help a bit. And then I actually got 3 Sennas in the Yordle gift bag. Yeah, I actually got 3 Sennas. I can get Sennas out of the gift bag because she has Yordle traits. Oh man, that's pretty funny. And then I continue rolling here. I was rolling for Volibear. I think I actually should have gone to level 10 here and just played another unit. I could have played like a Zillion for Invoker trait. I think that would have been better than just rolling to try to hit Volley. Volley was not a key unit. He's not even a Yordle on my board. So I think what I should have done, just to like rehash this, again, it's early in the set, I'm trying to learn this. Take out Lulu, because I have 9 Yordles. Play like Annie or Tibbers, ideally Tibbers, because I probably need more frontline. And then go to 10 and put in like Zillion for Invoker trait. And that would have capped out my board. I think that would have been the strongest I could have made it. Because I've kind of hit everything. Now, I end up winning this round. That's nice. Just my backline is alive. Now, can we kill the other team? The Scion on ASM's board is still alive. His Scion has like 10,000 health. My Trist is alive. My Senna's alive. His Bard's alive. So the Scion tanks infinitely for our team. And then that allows us to win the round against that other board, which again is the stronger board. So now I was like, you know what? If we can win this round, I was thinking about leveling here. Do I go ahead and wait? And I got the duplicator here. So I was like, I just need money. Give me a 3 cost. All right. So does that get me to level 9? I was like, all right, I have exactly enough to get to level 9. Or excuse me, level 10. But I don't have a unit to play, so there's not much point. But I could be level 10 next round. I just need slightly more money here. I just need a little bit more money. I am going to reposition over here, though. And that's because Senna's ability does hit the opposite corner of the board. Senna and Lucian fire like their ults from normal League of Legends. Lucian does like the culling. I don't know the name of Senna's ult. But like they fire in a straight line on the opposite side. So you actually do want to be on the opposite side. And we actually got the enemy units all lined up here. Volibear got off a nice ult there as well. So this is a close fight, but I take them out, and that's going to be GG. We actually managed to knock them out. So I was able to beat both of the other teams on the last 2 rounds. So even though those boards were strong, we actually lose the other side of the double up matchup. But it doesn't matter. We knocked them out of the lobby. That was really rewarding, though, at the end, because I beat both of the other teams on the last 2 rounds of the game. And my board had just kind of scaled up strong enough to beat those other boards, even though I think I could have made it a little bit stronger. But it came together really nicely. So a good 8 Yordles game. And as I said, I was really happy with how I played this. Now, it was a high loot lobby. I had a Yordles emblem and a Tactician's Crown, which is pretty ridiculous. Normally, you can't play quite that many trait synergies with Yordle, but, it was a high loot lobby for everybody else, too. All right, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this one. Until next time, have a great week, folks. Take care. I'll see you again soon.